Hey YouTubers! This is Drive to Work with AJ, where I set my cruise to 72 and talk to you. Today's part 3 of the Cancun Chronicles. Talk to you today about the food we got down there. Food and drink, both. So, down there they had, well, in this resort, every resort's different. Looked into it a little bit. The resort we were in, there was food everywhere. They had 2 specialty restaurants that had, one of them was a Mexican restaurant, and the other one was a Asian restaurant. I do this because it's their take. Well, I mean, you're in Mexico, Mexican. And then they're Asian, but everything was a buffet. But the Asian and the Mexican restaurants had menu items. So you could order off the menu, but then you could also just pick on the buffet, if you wanted to. But those 2 were really good. The Asian restaurant was really good. Like, I wasn't excited about it. And then we finally went in there and like ate, and it was actually really good. Like, I was like, man, the fried rice was good. The lo mein was good. It's like, man, all right. And they even, like, they were deep frying these shrimp, and we were just hammering these shrimp. Oh man. But then they had like a main buffet, and they called it, I think it was called the Albatross, the name of it. And it was just a huge buffet, and they had breakfast, lunch, and dinner served in that giant thing. And there was stuff, I mean, so much stuff to eat on that buffet. Breakfast was my absolute favorite. Breakfast, there was everything you could imagine. Omelet station. They had like 3 or 4 different types of French toast. They had, like, I had the chocolate chip pancakes probably every day. I tried to get a little an omelet with like cheese and ham in it. And then they had these they were like churro donuts, and they were awesome with coffee. Be sitting there, and then their coffee was, local beans. Man, it was good. Anyway, yeah, and then just like I said, everything was buffet. So then out by the pool they had another buffet, but it was also the steakhouse at night. It turned into a steakhouse. Well, the buffet they had during the daytime was very subtle. It was very much, hey, we know that you're drinking by the pool. If you want to eat some of this, you can. But like, I had like the only thing I could find to eat on that buffet that I like halfway liked was like cheese quesadilla and chicken nuggets. It's like, hey, what'd you eat when you went to Cancun? Oh, chicken nuggets. But no, it was, all of it was good. I mean, if you couldn't find something to eat there that you liked, there's something wrong with you, because there was so many things to eat. You could find something everywhere. And then there was this little like pizza shack out by this other pool, and they opened that up at like 10:30 or 11 every morning, and it was open till like 6 or 7 at night. And they served some of the best pizza I have ever had. They had a pizza called the Caribe, and it had, I'm not even into mushrooms I hate mushrooms on my pizza, but there's something about it, it accented these, they put these shrimp on this pizza. They put shrimp on it, and it was like a butter sauce with those mushrooms on there, and it was so good. You'd just be hammering it, and the next thing you know, it's gone. You're like, oh, where'd my pizza go? Okay, that's the food side of it. Now, the drinks side of it, okay, they had a drink selection, and like I said, every one of these resorts is different. But our resort, when we went down there, I was kind of halfway expecting like a 3, 4 different beer. I'm a beer lover. I love beer, okay, and I was expecting maybe 3 or 4 different beers to choose from, something like that. We get down there, and we get up to the first bar. It's like right in the lobby, and me and my buddy would go up there, and I'm like, yeah, what do you got for beer? And the guy just goes, it's an amber or a lager. It was one beer in the 2 different types. So they had Dos Equis Amber and Dos Equis Lager, which I think I tried them both. I think they were both the same. I couldn't tell you the difference. Either way, you just kind of got used to it. But that's what they had. That hotel was like exclusively Dos Equis. Up in your hotel room, you had Dos Equis beer in your fridge. you know, that they would restock if you asked them to. You had to ask them, and then they'd send up a guy with a drink cart, and he'd had water on there. And like, we were there whenever he came up, and luckily, and we were like, he said, "How much water you want?" I said, "All of it." Because the bottled water up there, you don't want to drink the water, so we're just trying to get all the bottled water we can get our hands on. Oh man, I think my wife even went back down the hall and got more from him. Came back up, yeah, more water. But yeah, 1 beer. So we got used to that, you know, just squeezing like lime juice in it. But it was whatever. It was fine. And then they had these things that I actually grew a little bit too fond of. Were these pina colada drinks? It was like a slushy, coconutty, amazing thing. It's kind of what we like. I would always start the day out sipping on those a little bit, because that would cure a hangover like that. And like, there was something about them that, as like every day, I kind of like started to go, because my wife was getting them, and I would sip on it and be like, "Oh man, that ain't too bad." And then by the second or third day, I'm getting them and drinking the whole thing by myself. And they had like a good like daiquiri, you know, mixed drink selection. They make you just about anything, but they just had the one beer. But no. But if you couldn't find something you like out of all that stuff, then there's no pleasing you. Find how to make it work. Make it work. I can't stand people that can't make things work. You just got to roll with it. You got to roll with the punches. You know, some of the best times I've ever had in my life were times that I've had to make a good situation out of a bad situation. Those usually make for the best memories too. Like, if you look back on a situation that's a good situation, it's hard to remember. You know why? Because it wasn't interesting. And you know why it wasn't interesting? Because everything went right. Something goes wrong, that's a memorable situation. I'm very fond of whenever things go wrong, because it gives me something to complain about, number one. And then I look back on it and I'm like, wow. And then you can laugh later. It sucks while it's happening, but you can laugh later. And being able to laugh later, that's one of the keys to life, as far as I'm concerned. But that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to watch more of these videos. If not, whatever. Like I said, I'm just going to keep doing them. This is AJ. I'm taking my exit.